Hello, and welcome to Anime Territory. This is episode 57.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's 59.
Normally I messed it up.
I messed up the opening, so I messed it up already. This is episode 59 of Anime Territory. I'm your host, Benjamin Shabs, and with me today, as always, is my co-host, Johnny Blue Bullet Ruhal.
Blue Bullet?
Yeah, okay. That's her go-to shot.
Gotcha.
Today, I will be talking about Birdie's Wing, and what is it? Episode I like to call Shoujo and Tell.
Birdie's Wing, not a shoujo, supposedly.
Not really, no.
It's got a girl main character, right?
It's a girl main character, yeah.
Is it geared towards young women?
Nah, not really. It's a sports anime.
Then it's probably not a shoujo.
No. It just fits with the theme.
I think technically, we talked about this in the last episode with shonen, but I think technically a shoujo is just marketed towards young girls, typically having a female lead. Mm-hmm. It's also typically romance, because that is what gets marketed to young women. So
it just matches the title of Show and Tell, though. Show and Tell. Shoujo and Tell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Basically, what you're saying is I've not seen this show.
Yes.
Which is not entirely true.
What have you seen of Birdie's Wing?
So we were doing a season when the first season of Birdie's Wing came out. We were going to do an episode where you watched a bunch of sports shows,
yes,
and I watched a bunch of romance shows. And I was in the room when you started watching this. I was trying not to pay attention. I was trying to play video games or something, and so I kept peeking up, and I kept being like, "All right, this is getting crazy. I'm liking this. I gotta leave the room, though. Because otherwise I'm just going to get sucked in and that's going to ruin our premise thing." So I've seen basically the first episode. I wasn't paying attention all the way. Mm-hmm. But from what I know of it, this teenage girl,
yes,
maybe early 20s girl.
It's teenage.
I
think
is like an orphan. Mm-hmm. And lives with a bunch of other orphans at a bar. That's not really that important, but she is like super golf girl and gets hired to put on magic Scooby-Doo masks and play, fill in for like a golfer that had an injury or something, so that people don't realize she had an injury and she can keep her record up. She also just does underground golf bets.
Yeah,
is the main thing. And in the first episode, she has an underground golf bet with some masked person, and it turns out to be that professional golfer that she was pretending to be. I think
so.
And she shoots a shot through a moving train. She's able to shoot it between the two train cars while the train cars are moving.
Yes.
And makes a hole in one. And then
I don't think it's a hole in one. She just gets it through.
Gets it through onto the ground. Yeah. Either way, the professional golfer, I think, is just like, well, fuck, I'm outclassed.
Yeah, I'm done. I think she gives up.
So I assume it's her working her way through golf matches and just doing crazy ass shots. That's my thought process on the show. I think you said at one point that all her golf shots are just that she always just shoots in a straight line.
Yes.
So I'm assuming she had like a special shot, the blue bullet or whatnot.
Blue bullet is basically her driver shot.
Yeah.
It's the one that goes the farthest.
Yeah. So, and I think I saw that. So I thought she might just have like a different type of shot for each color of the rainbow.
Kind of, she does.
Now thinking that she only shoots straight, I have a feeling that like some of them go further distances, but some of them are just for like annihilating obstacles. Like she just shoots through the tree and like it, I don't know, like burns all the sticks and leaves around it because it's such a powerful shot.
It doesn't get that crazy.
Okay.
There's no like super crazy supernatural stuff.
Gotcha.
It's mainly just her style of golf is very straight towards a hole, no nonsense, basically.
Gotcha. No spin or anything like that? Is there some spin?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
So,
but that's my
you basically described the first episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can kind of skip the first episode. Spoilers for Birdie's League. I'm going to talk about the entire series right now.
Yeah, you're talking all of season 1 and up to which episode of season 2?
I believe it's 18.
Okay. Which is like...
I think it's 18.
Which would be like episode like 5 or something.
I think it's 6.
Okay.
I think they started really early, but I think it's 18. I might be wrong about that, though. Maybe 16.
But we're going into season 2. Season 2 hasn't finished yet.
I am up to date on Birdie's League. As of this episode.
As of when
April 29th.
Yes. Because we got like 2 episodes that come out before this one.
As of April 29th, I am caught up.
Okay.
So, as you said, we open to just a pro tournament. There's this veteran golfer. She's kind of struggled the first 3 rounds, not having her best day. She's killing it this round, though. She gets like a -9 crazy day. I think she ends up top 10. It's revealed that in the Scooby-Doo mask, I wrote in Mission Impossible mask.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
It's
I always
both.
forget about Scooby-Doo masks, but
it's Mission Impossible does it, but like I say Scooby-Doo masks because of the Venture Brothers when they have masks that like change their features so much, and the Monarch is like, I don't know, we'll just use our magical Scooby-Doo masks and terrorize Dr. Venture.
But it's actually this teenage golfer named Eve, or Evangeline. She goes by Eve though. Mm-hmm. And she was just basically hired to like finish super high so that this veteran can
continue. I
think she has like a streak, or like she has to finish top 10 in order to like keep her position or something. But that's why she was hired. But she's an underground golfer. She usually how she makes her money is she'll just like place bets on like other golfers and say like I can beat you in like a round. That's how she usually makes her money. She has a unique style of golf. I forgot what it's called though. She has like different. She calls them bullets. So like she has like a blue bullet. I think there's a green bullet and there's like a red bullet. We get introduced to more bullets later, but those are the 3 main ones that I think we know of. And again, her style is just straight to the hole, no curves, nothing. Just it's almost like intimidate your enemy. She treats it as like a gun that she has. She's just shooting at the hole.
Okay.
So that's her style. She shoots between the moving train cars, where it's just like, I'm in. I forget why she's there, but she ends up at some like amateur event, and she meets this golfer, aspiring pro named Aoi Amawashi, and she is like sees her shoot, and she's like, "This girl's good. I need to fight her, or like play her." Battle. So they golf against each other, and they're basically evenly matched. I think Aoi technically wins the first match because it's just like 1 round. Mm-hmm. But I might be wrong. So she wants to play her again because she's just so enthralled with her. So she goes to the Mafia and asks basically a favor to be like, hey, can you put me in this tournament? It's only for the last round. So like she missed the first 3 rounds, so she can't really win it, but she just wants to be in it so she can play her.
Yeah.
And they let her. I forget how this all goes, but there's a part where I don't have a marker, but like there's a hole where it's almost shaped like an L. So you start here, and then the golf course curves, and the hole's here. But there's a shit ton of trees here, so you can't go straight. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But that doesn't stop her from doing it.
Of course.
So the first time she does it, she like goes through like half the trees and like ends up in the woods. But then she shoots out of it, like onto the green. But the second time, because she plays this hole again, it goes straight through the trees. Because she's already made that hole through the tree line. So you're just like, yeah! Oh, I lost my page. But yeah, so that happens. I forget where, but that's a cool part. And then after the tournament, I think they both finished like -9, so it's like a tie again. They agree to like meet up in the morning so they can finally like settle this. Mm-hmm. But before that can happen, the mafia boss that she gets the favor from, her name is Catherine, the mafia boss. She basically calls in the favor, and she has to face off in this underground match against this other golfer named Vipier, who's this like really freaky snake lady.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in.
Mm-hmm. But it's an underground golf match.
So it's underground?
It is underground in this state-of-the-art golf course that can change its landscapes and terrains and everything. It's batshit crazy.
Okay, alright.
You know what
Yeah.
It's like different things. You can all switch them up.
Mm-hmm.
You can put all your different landscapes, terrains.
Like the arena in the Ruby.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Yeah.
So you see this, you're just like, what? This has to cost billions of dollars. Anyways. So she plays this match against Vampire. I call it Vampire has this crotch powers. So basically, throughout the match, she has like this really low cut like zip outfit. She'll like unzip it all the way down to like her crotch, and then zip it back up, and it causes Eve to like mess up her shot. So she can't really figure out why she's messing up on these shots. She eventually like figures out that she has like some sort of like pheromone that's coming out of her crotch or something that's causing her to like lose her like balance.
Rookie mistake. Obviously, Snake Lady's got pheromone crotch. Everybody knows that.
So like she holds her breath on one of the holes so she doesn't mess up and she wins. She's like, "How did you do that?" She's like, "I just held my breath." It's like, so she wins. She gets Vipier to like drive her back to the golf course so that she could face Aoi, but she's too late. She's already on the plane. So as Aoi like departs, I think Eve shoots a golf ball at the airplane just to be like, "Hey, I see you," or like, "We're not done with this." So it's just another crazy thing. She like shoots a golf ball at the airplane, and she has like her little like symbol on her ball, so she knows. Aoi knows it's her. It's just crazy. Anyways, that happens. Here we get a little bit more like mafia business. We get like kind of what's going on and like the schemes that are happening. But also, Aoi and Eve just want to play each other. That's all they want. That's all they can focus on. So like, eventually they like meet up in VR golf. They start playing in VR.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a lesser mafia member named Rose. She's kind of like the intermediary between Eve and this Catherine. Mm-hmm. And she's has some other schemes going on. Again, this is all happening as they're playing VR golf.
Yeah.
So what is it? Basically, Catherine, the mafia member, wants Eve to be like her full-time like golfer because they like bet on this. They like obviously bet on these games. Mm-hmm. But Eve is just like, "Nah, I don't want to be caught up in the mafia." So she like declines. But like later, she realizes that the match she played for Catherine was for like these casino rights to like build a casino, which happens to be where she lives and like that bar they own. So like they're going to tear it down and they have nowhere to go. So she basically not double crosses her because she never worked for her.
Yeah.
But she like goes to the other like rival mafia guy. I think his name's Nicholas. It doesn't matter because this is the only time we see him basically. Mm-hmm. But like he goes and like golfs for him against Catherine so that she can just earn enough money to get her family out. So she does that. There's another golf match. This time she has to go against Rose, the person she's been working with. Mm-hmm. So they do this golf match. Rose is really good. She's like kind of beating her. But Eve steps up her game, eventually catches up. Rose like shoots the hardest shot she can do, and as she does, her arm falls off, like explodes, because it's a metal arm. She has a metal arm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she shatters her metal arm, and she's like, "Well, you win." So Eve wins the match. Catherine loses her casino rights, and she puts a hit out on Eve. because she's mad.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Rose like protects Eve somehow, and they kill Rose. But like Eve and her family / friends are able to escape. They're now somewhere else. They have their own bar now, and Eve escapes to Japan so that she can finally go meet Aoi. So she's in Japan now. Her name is like Eve Kamishima now or something. She changes her name just to like hide, but her name is still Eve. It's like they could find her if they wanted to.
I mean, sure.
Whatever. Anyways, oh, I forgot. During the Rose match, she learns how to shoot a curved shot. Cause like one of the holes they have, it's like right in the middle. There's a mountain, so she can't shoot straight, or else she's gonna hit the mountain. So she learns how to curve a shot.
Okay.
I forgot. That might be Purple Bullet. I think that's Purple Bullet. Is her curved shot. But she learns how to curve a shot. I don't think she does it the rest of the show, but she can do it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes. So Eve battles. Yeah, so she gets to Japan. She like goes to a golf course. She fights. She battles. Plays against another like high ranked amateur she meets. She meets Satome, who ends up being her caddy. She's not a golfer, but this academy that they have a program where they train caddies.
Okay, because of course Japan has a caddy training academy.
Well, this Japan has
a caddy me.
Yeah, they have an academy.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So she plays this girl named Haruka. She beats her. She meets Satome, her caddy, and she meets up with Aoi again. She enrolls into their like academy, this high school academy that specifically I think is a golf academy. It's called Ryu. She plays mini golf against somebody. She wins. This is where I kind of like fell off because it was just her playing regular golf. I'm just like,
but you just said she played mini golf.
Well, yeah, it's mini golf though. It's just putting. I love mini golf, but it's nothing extreme.
But there's like hippos and stuff that you have to shoot around.
This I don't think had hippos.
Maybe I'm just thinking.
I think the main thing that happens is like another girl shows up, and rather than just like putting a shot, she like chips it, which causes like a divot in front of the hole. So like Eve has to like shoot around the divot to like make the hole, and she does. That's the main thing that happens. But this is kind of where I fell off the first time watching Birdie Swing. It's like this part because it kind of just got a little high schooly for me.
Yeah,
it lost its like crazy mafia parts. So I'm just like, well, I don't know. So I stopped watching.
Was that a mistake?
That was a mistake. The only problem was since I like started back up when season 2 started again. I don't know where season 1 started or ended because they have the same opening. So I don't know. I figured out where it ends, but I feel like based on where I ended, it kind of kept that same thing until the end of season 1.
Okay.
So like season 1 is she's in the academy. Eve is trained by like the captain of the girls' team, Jinjuji, I think is the name. She like hurt her elbow. She can't golf anymore, but she's still like helping train her. Yeah. Mainly because she's in love with the coach.
Okay.
Yeah. Which.
Yeah, it's Japan.
Yeah. The coach, to be fair, is not like into this or anything. He's strictly just like no.
Good golfer.
Yeah. But she trains with Eve, and then Eve and Aoi are going to participate in a doubles tournament. So basically, you don't know a doubles tournament in golf, do you?
So I have a feeling that somehow they either take turns or they have a combined score. They add up each other's score.
It's the first one you said. They alternate shots, and there's a little different scoring system.
So it's not like they alternate holes; they alternate shots.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, it's not like the regular score where it's like -9 versus -8.
Is it just
it's called
number
match
swings?
play. So like in the first hole, you'll shoot, and like if one team gets a birdie and the other team gets a par, the team that gets the birdie wins that hole.
Gotcha.
So they'll just play until whoever wins the most holes wins, basically.
Okay, so it's a best out of 9 or a best out of 18 holes,
Basically,
sort of thing.
yeah.
And it's not, you do really, really well on one hole. That's not going to affect how your other holes do, because that's just 1 point that you get. Not
You don't get if you get like an eagle and the other team gets like a triple bogey, you don't win that hole by 5. You win that hole. So you only
so
get
it's
1
point.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. All right.
They're going to participate in that. They have to do qualifying match first. They crush it. They like get the best score out of the qualifying tournament. We meet the main rivals. It's like 2 schools. I didn't write down the school names because who cares?
Yep. Who cares?
And then we're basically on a collision course for this doubles tournament.
I'm sorry, collision course? Is
I
that
just
that some sort of golf term
No.
for a course where there's obstacles that are colliding with you?
Nope. But this is where, according to like the synopses on Wikipedia, this is where it ends. It's right before the tournament starts, or
Okay.
like right before the semifinals starts, because like they breeze through the tournament up until the semifinals, where they have to face one of the rivals.
Okay.
So yeah, they go up against 2 girls. I wrote down their names, but it doesn't matter. They are even up to hole 18, so it's a deadlock. One of the girls has this super secret power that she uses. She can basically like calm her mind and like see the path that she needs to take to like get in the hole. She keeps using that, but we get a flashback to where the coach of Eve and Aoi, the Ryu school, his name is Amuro.
Okay.
So he, I think, taught this girl in like middle school, but then left. But anyways, he's like, you can't keep using this power because it's gonna eventually cause you to like lose focus or balance or something. But she ignores it because she has to win. Hole 18, it catches up to her. She uses it. It messes her up. She like shanks it into like the boat or into the bunker or something. So that happens. Also what happens is that Aoi collapses as she shoots like the last shot. So she like shoots, she collapses, and it causes the ball to like go way into the rough. So like she's out. So like Eve has to make this shot to win, and she's like way in the bunker. It's like an impossible shot. So she's just like, well, I gotta use my super secret orange bullet, which is like a sniper gun. You like literally see like a sniper reticle aim at the hole. Wait, not the hole. The flag that's on the like in the hole. You know the flag. Yeah, the flag. She uses her orange bullet, which causes her to like have memories flash back to her. It causes her like mind to fuck up or whatever. But she hits the shot. She hits the flag and drops straight down into the hole. She wins.
Okay.
You're just like, what? So that happens. Then they go up against the highest rated school in the tournament. They're the rivals. They're the number 1 team. Before this happens, the coach Amaru teaches Aoi a whole new technique that she's never used before. It's supposed to be like her style of golf, but it's again this crazy thing where it's like she shows her 3 different shots, and like the last shot is her shot, so she like mimics it. Now she's a better golfer than she was before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
No practice, she just knows it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're just like, okay, whatever. I'm in. So yeah, they're fighting. She's using her new technique. They're all even. They're whatever. Aoi collapses again. So Eve has to do the thing again. She has to use an orange bullet. This time though, as she's using it, she gets her memories back of who her parents are, and it causes her to use what's called the rainbow bullet, which basically is a shot that's like so perfect that when you do it, you can see a rainbow. So she like shoots it a full rainbow, and everybody, all the golfers, like, oh, that's a rainbow shot. And she unlocks her parents. She now knows who her parents are.
She unlocks her parents.
Sorry, unlocks her memories. Now she knows who her parents are.
She can play as her parents in Street Fighter now. She unlocks her parents. They're playable characters now.
But her parents are Eleanor Burton and Kazuhiko Hodaka, who we know is Aoi's dad.
So they're sisters.
They're sisters. You're just like, great.
And nobody knows what that means.
Huge revelation. Next episode, we get a flashback. So, Aoi's grandfather starts this golf company. A golf
team?
No, kind of a team, but also just like supplies. I forget what they call it.
Sponsors?
Equipment. Golf equipment. Like clubs.
Okay.
Golf clubs, tees.
Yeah.
All that. So he's starting his own golf company. They call it Athens. And he recruits 3 golfers to like sponsor them. So there's the coach, Amaru, who we've met. Mm-hmm. There's Kazuhiko, who we know is Aoi's and Eve's dad. And Aoi's mom, Sierra, to promote it as they like do tournaments and stuff. Sponsorships.
Yeah.
So the grandfather tells Amuro and Kazuhiko that whoever wins this tournament gets to marry his daughter. Just fucked up, but whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
But the problem is Sierra already loves Amuro, the coach.
Yeah.
So like they're in a relationship already. But what is it? They're doing the tournament. Amuro's winning the tournament. Unfortunately though, in like the last hole, he collapses, he can't finish the tournament, and Kazuhiko wins. So now Kazuhiko gets to marry Sierra, but Amuro and Sierra already had sex and are pregnant. So basically, I completely messed this up. Anyways, so she's pregnant with Amuro's baby. She wants to keep it and marry Amuro, but her grandfather's like, no, absolutely not. That's not how this goes. Kazuhiko comes and he's like, I will marry her and I will raise her as my own. So that's what happens. So she keeps the baby, but Kazuhiko's considered the dad. And it's Aoi. So now we know Kazuhiko's not her dad. It's the coach.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
So Kazuhiko, after this at some point, or parallel to this, Kazuhiko has sex with some other lady?
I think it's before he marries her.
Okay.
Because, like, before he marries her, he goes on, like, a European tour. Because he wins this big Japanese tour, so he can go to Europe now, play tournaments there. So I think that's when it happens.
But we don't know at this point what the story is with...
Not really.
Her mom. Eve's mom.
Basically what happens is, like, as he's doing that tour, I think he falls in love with this girl. They do the hanky-panky, but he doesn't know about the child till later.
Gotcha.
So he comes back to Japan, marries her, raises Aoi, and then he goes back to European tour and figures out what happens. And that's when he meets Eve and the mother and all that.
Okay.
But anyways, that's all happens. Let's see. Yeah, read tours, blah, blah, blah. So when he goes back to Europe the second time and like meets Eve, he does meet her. He spends time with her, teaches her golf, and then to like celebrate Eve's 8th birthday, they go on this like cruise ship, and there's an accident, and the parents die, and Eve gets like memory loss and like washes up ashore. I don't know what exactly happens. It's like a storm apparently. So I don't know if the entire cruise ship like crashed and like thousands of people are dead, or if it's just something where like
they got thrown overboard.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. They don't say that. They're just like there was an accident on a ship and her parents die, and she washes up ashore with no memory. Then Eve and Aoi confront each other about her memories, and she's just like, well, Kazuhiko said that I was his only daughter, so like, I think your mom's lying to you. So Aoi confronts her mom, and she's just like, who's my dad? And she's adamant that it's Kazuhiko. She's not going to tell her the truth. Just to protect her, I guess. Yeah. Basically after that, Eve and Aoi kind of like, in their like friendship they have, Eve's just like, all right, now we're not playing doubles anymore. We're going to settle this. We're going to figure out who's the best. And kind of like, we're done.
Yeah.
Before that happens though, Aoi's mom deports her back to France just to keep her away from Aoi.
Deports who back to
Eve.
France? Okay.
She like kicks Eve out of Japan.
Because she can just do that.
She can just do that.
Okay.
Yeah. She's like, we know you have mafia ties. We don't want you here. Also, I'm protecting Aoi, so we're shipping you back to France, where you belong, basically. So Eve goes back to France. She learns more about her parents and her mom. Her mom is part of the Burton family, who owns the top golf company in Europe. And it's also mafia.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, her grandfather's a mafia boss and is also the head of the main golf company in Europe. So she shows up at like a golf course that her grandfather and some like pro player are at. This pro player is just like sucking up to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he sponsors her. But she's like, I'll face you, this pro golf player. I'm going to face you in this round. And if I win, she makes a bet with her grandfather. It's like, if I win, you got to make me a pro as soon as possible. But if she wins, the pro wins, I'll give you whatever I have, which is nothing, but whatever.
Yeah.
She beats her by 10 strokes. Absolutely annihilates her. And then basically the grandfather figures out who she is. She's like, she knows that Eve's her granddaughter now. And that's basically how it ends.
So that's, are we caught up at this point?
Yeah, that's who we're caught up.
Okay.
So that's Birdie's wing.
Yeah. I don't know if I should watch this or just have you explain the rest of it to me at some point.
But it's basically watching a soap opera, I think. This is like my equivalent to a soap opera where just revelations happen. And it's just like, oh, they're sisters. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Cause...
Now they're not friends anymore.
But they still want to face each other, but they're still kind of friends. But, oh, now her grandfather's a mafia boss. She doesn't want to be part of the mafia.
I'm going to deport you back to France. Oh, no.
Yeah. It's just some real corny, like, soap opera shit. And I'm in. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say about Birdie's Wing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
Right.
I think towards the end of the first season, it kind of dips a little, but it gets... Season 2 is just like, yeah, we're back.
We know what you want.
Yes. They know what I want.
Okay. Well, I guess we didn't say this up top, but I'll go ahead and give my Shoujo and Tell now as well. On my way to New Zealand, I saw that the airplane had the Whisper of the Heart live action movie as something that I could watch. So it's like, yeah, okay, I'll watch that. I had a few notes I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
First of all, I should set up this is half a retelling of Whisper of the Heart and half a sequel to Whisper of the Heart.
Okay.
So, like, a lot of the movie takes place 10 years later after Seiji leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, part of it, though, is just, like, her, like, remembering the events of Whisper of the Heart, though, too.
Uh-huh.
There's a few things they changed, which, instead of Seiji wanting to make violins, he wants to, like, play cello. He wants to become a concert cellist or something like that.
Okay.
Which is like, okay, I guess you changed that so that they could just have more music being played, I guess. The Seiji's grandfather's part is diminished a bit. We don't get to hear like the real story of what happened, in Germany when he got the Baron, or like they changed that. The older sister is never seen. They might be mentioned at one point. Never seen. And then the most egregious change is it doesn't have Country Roads in it. It's got a song that sort of sounds like Country Roads, but I guess they couldn't get the rights, so there's no Country Roads in this movie.
Wow.
It's like Wings of Love or something like that is the song they play. But basically, I can't remember her name. The main girl, she has submitted several novels, and none of them got picked up. She works as an editor, as well as her day job, and she's getting pressure from her higher ups to like push all these changes on the author and not give her own like opinion on it, but like just make him happy, and these are the changes we want. And the author is like, here, I made all these changes, which one do you think is better, the original or these one with all the changes? And she's like, she like freezes. It's like, which one do you think is better? And he's like, I want a new editor. I want somebody that will give me their honest opinions and not just try to shill. So she's having trouble on that front. She decides that she needs to go and visit Seiji because they've been sort of having this like long distance relationship. Seiji's got a string quartet that he's part of right now, and they're like recording an album, and there's a girl in the string quartet that seems to love him, and there's some like when she's in Italy, the girl's like, do you love him? Because I love him. You gonna make this long distance relationship work? So she runs back to Japan without Seiji being able to clear things up, because Seiji's like, I don't love you. Why did you tell my girlfriend that you love me? Where is this coming from? Like, he didn't get a chance, but he writes her a letter, and then they write another letter, and eventually they meet back up and decide to get married. But I think is how it ends. I was getting really tired. It was like equivalent to like 3 a.m. when I was watching this. But I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 6. I was just like, why did you got rid of the Country Roads? I'm immediately out of it. The one girl that was in love with Seiji, she like is not a Japanese actor. It seems like some sort of English speaking actor. She speaks in English. And it was just like a weak performance there too, which I don't know, maybe all of them were giving weak performances, I can't tell, but when it was an English speaking actor giving a weak performance, I'm like, yeah, that's not good. Yeah. But I guess also they're giving an English speaking performance in a Japanese live action movie, so it's like, I don't know what I'm expecting here. Yeah. But all in all,
it's like when those English actors, or I guess those are like technically Japanese actors speaking English in Japanese movies. It's just like, yeah, this is bad. But...
Yeah, this is weird. So I don't know. Is it worth it to watch on its own? No. Okay. Is it worth it to watch as like, oh, I want to know what happens after Whisper of the Heart, and I'm just going to have to make a whole bunch of mental changes to get this to fit in with how like Whisper of the Heart is? Like no, he's not playing cello, he's making violins. That's why he's still in Italy. No,
this cello thing is just a side
thing. They're not singing this other song. They're singing Country Roads. Okay. Like, you just have to, like, all of the things that they change, you just have to, like, no, they didn't change those. No, and then this is what happened. Her best friend and that guy that had feelings for her, like, that they're engaged to be married. I don't know what else to say, but that's my Shoujo and Tell is the Whisper of the Heart live action movie. It's probably not worth it, but
yeah,
it's like, oh, it's nice to see what happens 10 years later.
Okay. Anything else?
No. I mean, there's more to that movie, but that's all I really wanted to say.
Okay. I'd give Birdie's Wing an 8. It's great.
Okay, all right.
Nothing like fantastic or anything, but it's great. It's what I want. Crazy nonsense golf.
I'd give Whisper of the Heart live action a 5.
Okay. This has been Shoujo and Tell.
Yeah. You are now leaving. Oh no, we should do the thing.
You should do the plugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Follow us on Twitter at anime_territory. Yeah. I didn't say this in the last episode, but if you tweet at us there, I'll send you a sticker. Okay. Hopefully just to the United States, because I don't want to pay international postage for a sticker. Mm-hmm. But we could try to work something out. You can follow us on YouTube as Anime Territory. You can find us anywhere you find podcasts as Anime Territory. And you can watch me stream Gloomhaven on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dominigoku about once a week. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're now leaving the Anime Territory.
Goodbye.